right, good evening. I call this meeting of the Board of Park Commissioners to order. Grace, will you please take roll?
Alderperson Chandik-Tunneger.
Here.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Alderperson Definite Ledvina.
Here.
Alderperson Essercon. Randy Soki.
Present.
Jim Kneisel.
Here.
Elizabeth McMasters.
Here.
And Melissa Theo Collar and Connor Mason are excused.
Awesome. Hey, Elizabeth, feel free to just speak up when you need to speak, and I'll try to make sure I give a long enough pause for the mute button on your computer. So my apologies if that doesn't happen smoothly. So we have quorum. Next up, public comments on matters not on the agenda. Comments made during the public comment period shall pertain only to matters under the jurisdiction of the Board of Park Commissioners. Are there any public comments on matters not on the agenda? Moving on. Items number 1, consideration and possible action to approve the Board of Park Commissioners minutes from the June 19, 2025 meeting.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? The motion carries. Item 2, consideration and possible action to accept a $1,000 donation from Gary and Lory Wieseckel for the city band music stands.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second. Discussion? I think it's a very generous offer. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? The motion carries. Thank you to Gary and Lory for their wonderful donation for city band music stands. Item 3, consideration and possible action to approve a new special event, Flocktoberfest, at Legion Park.
Do tell the people, Marty.
What's that?
Do tell the people what Flocktober.
Please, yes, Mark.
Well, no, I would defer that to the representatives that are here. But long story short, the organizations of Pink Flamingo and Celebrate the Beer have combined efforts to try to do an event in the fall. It would be a musical event, would be held at Legion Park, and we've talked with them. It's still under works. The reason that it's here is that within our policy, any event that would exceed the population of over 1,000 people, which it has a strong likelihood, needs to gain approval from the park board. So we've been talking with them about layout. Really, the one concern that we've talked with them, and they actually have it as well, is we want to be protective of the softball field, so so no stage or heavy equipment on the softball field. But they have some potential layouts that stay away from that. So we're excited about the possibility of the event. If you have further questions about it, we wanted to give you more information, but as I said, it's still actually in the works. But the representatives from Pink and Celebrate are here tonight if you have any questions.
Jim.
Marty, do you know at all if this will draw about what they get for the Pink Flamingo or more?
Oh, I'm not sure I'm not sure that's even fair to try to estimate. I mean, you're talking a brand new event compared to an iconic event that's been around for 30 years. I think it'd be great, if they had half the attendance, that what Pink has. But I don't know if I could really compare the two yet.
Because parking is the one question I'm curious about.
Pink Flamingo is able to get by. I'd be blown away if they had equal attendance of Pink Flamingo, especially starting out.
All right.
Marty, was there any discussion with the representatives to utilize Voyager Park, which we've seemed to have cultivated into a venue for such outdoor music events?
Yeah, we did talk with them. I would leave that up to them as to their reasons why. I think part of our feeling from one of their reasons is that starting out, they want to create a venue where it feels that there's attendance and it's busy, if you will. If there's 500 people at Legion Park, it feels drastically different than if you had 500 people at Voyager Park. So you want to try to gain that feeling that it's busy and it's full. And if you have again, if you have 1,000 people at Voyager Park, it's going to feel way different than if there's 1,000 people at Legion. So I think that's what their intent is. I would defer to them. It's their event, as to their reasons.
I'm going to move to open the meeting.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Gentlemen, if you would please step
Aye.
up to the mics. Thank you, Elizabeth. I'm sorry. Gentlemen, if you would please step up to the mics, state your names and addresses for the public record, please.
Gerard Ambrosius, 1155 Meadowview Lane in De Pere.
Brandon Beard, 187 Sullivan Lane, De Pere. I could address the question about Legion Park versus Voyager. We do plan on this being a ticketed event or a paid entrance event. And, Voyager is probably one of the most well-populated and used parks. And when we take it over, it tends to disrupt people that aren't attending our event. Where Legion, we feel like, especially where we want to have it, there's really no disruption to anybody who doesn't want to participate, enjoy the rest of the parks. Where with Celebrate, we can attest the fishing, people that want to use the playground, people that want to use the trail, we kind of become a burden to those that don't want to be part of the festival. So Legion was a park that we thought in October really isn't going to get utilized. And then the point about the space, we felt like it would feel more intimate. It has ties to the Pink Flamingo, so the community knows, where to go to. So those were the kind of the decisions that we made to move it over to Legion or to have it in Legion Park.
Jim.
Yeah, thanks. Would this require pulling the disc golf baskets, or is it not going to be in that area?
It would not.
Oh, okay.
So where are your plans right now to set up the stage and have the crowd?
I did submit the two different options to Marty, but then we did meet with the Celebrate and the Pink Flamingos, met on Sunday, and we came up with just a slightly revised option. I do have copies of it. If you'd permit me, I could come up and I could hand out some copies
I
of
won't show them.
whatever.
That'd be great. If you
I was going to
have
show you what they submitted, but if that's revised, then that doesn't even pay.
Nope. Do you have an idea what kind of admission you plan on charging for the event, guys?
$5.
Wow.
Keep them
You
honest.
can't get anything for $5.
No.
What type of bands do you plan on having?
Right now, the lineup that we intend on getting is a polka band to start out with, and then a country band,
Fun.
and then a rock band,
you.
and then more of the all-around party genre, everybody's going to enjoy type of a band.
Thank you.
So we plan on having four bands in the lineup.
Oh, yeah, I see where it is.
So then this would be fully fenced because it's a admission.
I'm sorry?
It would be fully fenced area because of it's an admission.
That's correct.
Yes.
And the layout, so we took this layout into consideration for security reasons, access for the, for the fire and police department, all of those things were really taken into consideration. We are, as citizens, the parks mean just as much to us as they probably do to you guys, especially as a softball player and somebody who's missing his game tonight to be here. So where we plan on having it, you can see is where the ice rink typically is. And then the entrance being on the left field line. And then coming through the park or through the softball diamond. But really the main activity would be where that flat space is where the ice rink is now.
Right.
That's
And that
not
makes
really-
it, to secure it, there's already fencing there. You have the outfield fence, you've got the
Right.
infield fence. So securing it would be pretty simple.
That's not where the ice rink is, though, is it, Marty?
Yes.
Just to clar-
Yeah, so wait,
over here.
you're probably confused.
Well,
So at
the
Legion, there's a hockey
Oh,
and an
ice
ice
rink.
rink.
The skating
Okay.
rink is over there.
All right.
Yep.
Thank you. I got
You're
that.
welcome.
Cool.
Huh.
And, one of the other things that excites us about this is between what Celebrate the Pier did this year and the Pink Flamingos are actually giving their number tonight. But based on historically what they've done is on an annual basis, we contribute $250,000 is really what ends up going back into the community. Celebrate the Pier, all of the profits go back into the community. Pink Flamingos, the same thing. Everything they make and bring in goes to the community. So, between the two of our events this year, we'll probably likely gross more than $250,000. into the community, and this would just be another adder to that. We've already selected a beneficiary, which is Hands Across the Pier. We feel like that's a good organization to support because it's both sides of the river.
Yeah.
So we're still playing this game of West de Pier versus East de Pier thing, and so this is just another event that we want to say, hey, everybody should show up because everybody's going to reap the benefits of this event.
We have other questions? Elizabeth, do you have any questions from the internet world?
I don't, except, hi, Brandon. But I think it's a great event, and I don't know how you take all this on. You guys are amazing for doing all this, and I commend you for that. That's it.
We're not sure yet either.
Just curious, and I'm sure we would have heard of it by now, but any noise complaints from the Pink Flamingo in recent past? I'm just wondering about music until 11, or if you have plans on, like, I know the event maybe goes till 11, maybe the music gets cut off a little early to...
Yep.
And that is one reason why we kind of selected this way too. We have to be cognizant of where we're shooting the sound. So, one of the reindeer events was way up here by the parking lot, but I'm concerned there with all the houses right there and everything. So we're here, the band, we're stages, and we're shooting the sound towards the
Toward the forest.
towards the forest, basically, right?
Yep.
Towards the.
I thought of something. Being that late in the year, are you going to need some like portable lighting or something?
We'll have the
Does it
stage
get dark
lighting.
early?
The stadium lights will hit all of this.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
there's enough.
So the only,
All right.
I don't know if you might need some lighting, I guess, closer to the stage maybe?
Yeah, the stage will have stage lighting there, and then the tents will have their own lighting. And then within the field, we're not sure yet. We were going to check with with Marty about having the softball lights potentially on or the park lights on as well, but we're not exactly sure yet how we're going to plan that out.
Do you plan on bringing in porta potties?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, real quickly, one thing that, we're just talking about the rental of the park. They would still need to submit the special event application like all the other large special events, and that covers a lot of
So
those.
this is really just step one. Do we approve of the concept?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And that's what's, from our perspective, we didn't want to put the cart in front of the horse, so.
Right.
There's a lot of people on hold right now that are waiting for this meeting.
TikTok, huh?
Do you have further questions for the gentleman?
No, I'm going though.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. We have to close the meeting before we can do anything official, so thank you, gentlemen, for coming and
Thank you.
explaining
Thank you
things
very
to us
much for
tonight.
taking the time. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
I'll move to close.
Second.
All those in favor of closing the meeting, say aye.
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 Any opposed? The motion carries. We're back in closed session. I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
There we go. Any discussion on approving the new special event Flocktoberfest at Legion Park? All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? The motion carries. We look forward to seeing a special event permit and all the wonderful details moving forward. So good luck, gentlemen. Thank you. You're welcome. Number 4, staff updates. Update on donations under $1,000 from Rec Department.
The memo's in there. It just explains the donations over the last month that have been under 1,000.
Well, I'd like to thank all the folks who were willing to donate for the summer carnival and the city music stands, bandstands. So thank you to all of them. Number 2 under staff updates, update on naming of the new park in Waterview Heights subdivision.
So after, I'll try to make this quick, but after several attempts of trying to get a hold of McKim Boyd, I finally did come to find out that he was on vacation in Oregon. So was able to talk to McKim, and what McKim shared to me is they are working on doing some research on people and events in history. What he shared with me, though, is they are struggling to find options. So he said they're not giving up yet. They're still looking. But from their perspective, they haven't found a lot of solid options. So I guess until he finally comes back and submits something to me, it's, we don't know, but he yeah, he wasn't feeling warm and fuzzy about finding lots of options. So anyway, just wanted to let you know that we are working on it. We haven't had a whole lot of success, but we are working on it, and hopefully we'll get something.
Thanks, Marty. Update number 3, update on Rainbow Park Playground.
So the playground has been removed. Sidewalk is supposed to be going in this week. I haven't been out there to check today if it went in or not, but it is supposed to be going in this week. Then the playground is scheduled to be installed either the first or second week in August, just depending on when the sidewalk goes in. And then the pour in place has been bid out, and we are hoping to have it installed in September. So I know people are like, why does it take so long? But it is a very, very long, complicated process with a number of different cooks in the kitchen, so to speak. So, but nevertheless, hopefully by the end of September, we'll have a brand new, nice, shiny playground for the city over at Rainbow Park.
Thanks. Staff update on 2025 beer gardens.
So I thought this would be fun to share. The city has a new software called Placer AI, and it basically can look back in time and figure out who's been there. So like for our beer gardens, our software can actually target the days we had beer gardens, the times we were there, and how many people were there. Now, it's not 100% accurate because how this works is they track people's phones. So if you're 9 years old and don't have a phone, or if you're 95 years old and don't have a phone, you're not counted. So, but anyway, the interesting part was that we have had Mother Nature has been on our side with all of our beer gardens, and our average attendance, not including people that don't have a phone, drum roll, has been 1,274 people. So that's been the average, which honestly far exceeds what we were expecting going to a weekly event. So our lowest was just a little over 1,000, and our highest was, I think, 1 or 2 people under 1,600 people. So we've had great attendance, and hopefully Mother Nature keeps cooperating, and we keep having that kind of attendance, because it's been, I know Shane and Amy have been there, Randy's, both you guys have been there. Everyone's been here, so it's been great. So we're very happy.
So much fun.
And love that we aren't doing like the big tent, like the labor to do it every week. You've come up with efficient ways to do it.
You know, the funny part is we've been asked to bring that tent back,
Oh,
and I politely said thank you for your suggestion. But people don't understand, the amount of extra money that it takes and the amount of extra effort that goes into when those types of things get added. There's value to them, especially when it's really hot or if it's kind of rainy. There's extra value, but it's a lot of money to have a tent, and it's a lot of work to have a tent. So there's a balancing act.
yeah.
That's it.
All right, future agenda items. Does anyone have future agenda items for Marty? Seeing none, a motion to adjourn is in order.
I'll move to adjourn.
I'll second.
All those in favor of adjourning, say aye.
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 Any opposed? The motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you.